Good morning, everyone. I hope you're having a great start to Tuesday. And I've seen a lot of you over this summer, um, but I'm looking forward to seeing us all back next week. I'm personally looking forward to a very great 18-19 school year, both for the adults in the building and especially for the kids. So, wanted to just send a real quick video out. And the topic of this video is really around some really important work. It's not around pedagogy, so to speak, but it has just as much value. And the work is around organizational health, positive climate, positive working environment. So this summer I did some personal study, and so did Sean. We both did some personal study around appreciation in the workplace. And just because we want to continually get better at it. We know when people feel valued and people feel appreciated when they engage in really complex work like teaching and learning, that it can just be very, very motivating and engaging and keep people motivated and engaged even on those hard times or during those hard times. When you don't have appreciation or genuine appreciation for each other, if people don't feel genuinely valued, that's when they start losing the connectedness to each other in the organization. You get discouraged a lot more easily, and it's just not a place that you feel like you're providing a lot of value. And that can be really, really hard to get up each morning and face those kind of conditions. So, as one leader in the building, we want to make sure that our environment is the opposite of that. That people come in and they feel supported and engaged, and most of all appreciated and valued for what they do, because we're doing such great work for kids. But briefly, the book that we studied this year was by Gary Chapman and Paul White. And, if you may recognize them, they've authored several books, but one that's pretty well known is The Five Love Languages. And this one's called The Five Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace. The premise between the two books are similar in the sense that each of us have a primary appreciation language, so to speak, or ways in which we feel appreciation most authentically and meaningfully, in a meaningful way, and how we demonstrate it. And we all have a primary way of expressing and receiving that level of appreciation. What's fascinating about this book is it provides you with information on figuring out what your primary and secondary appreciation languages are. So you have that personal knowledge, and then it shows, it gives you strategies and really authentic ways to find out more about your colleagues, and if they're willing to share with you their primary appreciation languages, then it's like anything else in life. You're going to hit the mark. You're going to hit the target more often. You won't feel frustrated if you're, providing something for someone and you think it's going to be really helpful, and it ends up backfiring. I've had that experience before, and it's kind of like frustrating because you're like, man, I think I'm providing all this appreciation and value, and lo and behold, that may not be the way a person receives appreciation, and we could be off the mark there. And then they're frustrated, and we're frustrated, and it's just not a healthy relationship. And this book helps kind of illuminate how to take that guesswork out of it and just be more authentic, and more real and more purposeful with applying appreciation in the right ways, not in ways that feel fake or contrived, anything less than meaningful. So look for we're going to study this more on Tuesday when we gather next week, and I hope to study it throughout the year, and I hope it's good for me as a leader, but I hope more importantly even that it's good for us as a staff, that we use this information about ourselves personally to come even closer together. But I'm going to share a link with you, an email here in the next couple of days that will give you access to the actual Motivating by Appreciation inventory. It only takes a few minutes, and it helps kind of distill down what your primary and secondary appreciation languages are. My ask is that you take that before our staff meeting on Tuesday, because we're going to do a little bit of work with it. I've taken it personally. Sean's taken it personally. It doesn't take very long. It's fascinating when you get the results and you kind of say to yourself, this is why I do what I do. Or you'll see trends in yourself that I always do this for people because it's my primary language, so I expect other people to receive it the same way. And, it's just fascinating when we think about that others just aren't quite like us in everything we do, obviously, but certainly in appreciation. So it's something that I think will be healthy and helpful this school year. I'm looking forward to joining everybody around this work because I think it's going to be a big cornerstone to just always continually improving our climate in the building, our organizational health. So look for an email. My ask is that you participate in the inventory. It'll be interesting for you, and quite frankly, it's going to be interesting for family members that you engage in. I certainly shared my primary languages of appreciation with Dawn, and we had a great dialogue about that, and kind of wanting her to take the inventory as well, so it can help in many different facets of your life. But I promised to do a 5-minute video, and I'm off over 6 minutes now. So I appreciate you tuning in and taking a listen, and look forward to seeing everybody again next week. So until we see each other, have a great Tuesday, and looking forward to studying this work.